Hi and very good day to Sir Arman. We are from class M10 and group 1. Today, we are going to present about pricing from Islamic perspective, profit-based pricing strategies. Our group mates consist of Isyraff, Syima, Aiman, Thaqif, Husna and Biqaadirin. So, what is the definition of profit-based pricing strategies in Islamic perspective? According to Islamic economics, price is defined as an estimation measure for the sale of goods, which are expensive or cheap, are determined by Allah only, without removing some factors affecting the item. Islam has declared two types of price according to the nature of goods, which are halal, permitted, and haram, prohibited, goods. Next is the objective of profit-based pricing strategy, profit maximization. In profit maximization based on Islam, profit maximization must be agreed upon all corporate stakeholders and not affecting other parties. Second, Islam instructed Muslims to be moderate and act appropriately. Furthermore, Islam also promotes honesty. Rather than focus on profit, sellers should maintaining their business's integrity. Next, profit are acceptable as long as the trade's nature is permissible. This is referred as murabaha, when the profit is indicated and the buyer are fully aware of the total cost price. And finally, it should be adhere to ethic values. Let us jump to the characteristic of profit-based strategies in Islamic perspectives. There are several characteristics of profit-based strategies in Islamic perspective. The first one will be fair rules and honest dealings. For example, if the seller is selling defect products, they need to inform the customer and selling it at lower prices. The second one will be blend of ethical values. For example, it can be implemented by develops the concept of fair dealing and well-being of society. Next will be profit can be charged based on risk-taking by the company. For example, the cost managerial skills and traveling cost to explore new market is higher, the higher return will be. Next on the list are profit must be based on trading conditions, geographical locations, time supply and demand. For example, the cost of delivery is higher for certain area and the seller can increase the price. Next is to think about the welfare of others. For example, the seller tends to lower price when they well to poor people and in distress people and may pay higher prices for their purchase from poor seller as well. The last one will be according to dynamic change. For instance, when there are changes in population growth and consumers want. It was mentioned in the Quran in chapter 11 verse 85, which is nor withhold from the people the things that are their due. Quran also mentioned in chapter 2 verse 275 where it stated deal not unjustly, and ye shall not be dealt with unjustly. This quotes from Quran shows that Islamic perspective demand its follower to always doing just, transparent, and fair dealing in the marketplace and avoid exploitation occurs. Next, the Prophet has identified three conditions for market transaction. The first one will be there should be no harm or harm doer. Second is those who declare things frankly will not lead to each other's destruction. And finally, the third one are it is prohibited for anyone to take over the property of another without consent. These conditions, along with Quranic instructions, set certain limitation on profit levels and the need to engage in free exchange and stimulating economics activities. We moving on to do and don'ts of profit-based strategies in Islamic perspectives. So, what should be done? The first one is it should not exceed socially acceptable limit. By adopting proper and fair methods such as proper manufacturing and does not restrict production. Companies should ensuring that routine manufacturing is carried out so that supplies are not in scarce quantity. Next is prohibited from using riba or interest. In Islam, it is prohibited to add extra charges without concrete reasons. We also should be conservative judiciousness, meaning that we should not giving harm to the competitors or a market. And finally always think about the consumer and others in order to guarantee satisfaction of consumers while they buying our products. For don'ts, the first one will be exceeded socially acceptable limit by adopting wrong and unfair methods such as artificial scarcity, which is to maximize profit from fluctuations in the market, and curtailing production, which is to reduce in delivery for customer due to a temporary shortage of supplies. The second one are using interest and riba. For instance, when our merchant accept a credit card payment, the seller increases the initial price if the buyer pays late. This higher price is referred to as interest. Next is exploitation and discrimination such as maximizing profit due to the absence of competition. And finally not thinking about the welfare of other. For example, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, an easygoing and tolerant attitude in dealings with other. Next will be types of business that are using price profit-based strategy in Islamic perspective. The first category will be Islamic retail store. We take examples such as Equin Mart. Equin Mart is a mini market that provide product for daily consume item. They sell fresh fish, chicken and other base supply. They are also maintaining the quality of fresh product to provide satisfactory to their customer. By selling essential product, they are targeting all of customer segmentation without concerning their customers' economic status. And the most important part is they are offering affordable price. This is because most of their repeaters buyer are from mid to low income people. Furthermore, they want to avoid putting strain to people budget by not charging unnecessarily extra interest. The second example will be Islamic. Islamic are mini stores that owned by Ustaz Ibitlu. They sell all kind of necessity items such as snack foods, confectionery, soft drinks, over-the-counter medication, toiletries, newspapers and magazines. Its objective is to provide necessities that which prices are low to affordable. They also strive to be hub for those that need it. Thus they are providing food bank in all of Islamic store. Because of low prices, Islamic mainly get its profit from scarcity of supplies and policies for regulating sellers/buyers' behavior. They also do certain discount on specific dates to attract its potential customers. Next category will be small businesses such as night market and roadside stalls. Night market, also known as night bazaars, are nighttime streets markets that are geared toward more leisurely wandering, purchasing and dining than daytime markets. They are typically open-air market that are prevalent in East Asia, Southeast Asia and Chinatowns around the world. Roadside stalls is a location or temporary building used for retail sale of agricultural produce or handcrafted craft on the stall's property such as food truck and food stalls. Night market and roadside stalls are offering low prices and using price control from Islamic perspectives. It is important to keep balance in the price in order to avoid oppression with seller or buyer. This policy, also known as price control of goods, is to prevent seller from using misleading methods to inflate the prices of products. And the last category on the list will be Islamic industry. Islamic industry is the type of commercial activity in the goods manufacturing or services provision sectors that satisfies consumers' wants while adhering to Islamic principles in both process and the type of commercial activity, with the exception of those that are prohibited by Islam, Sharia, law. Most of the goods are extractive industries such as fishing, mining, agricultural, animal farming, trading, manufacturing and services industries, such as Islamic finance institution. They are using price control and laborers to avoid industrialists abuse worker by paying poor wages. Setting the price of labor is important since it is closest to justice. Examples such as Nasir al-Quran and Islamic food manufacturer. Lastly, conclusion of the whole video. What can be concluded? Islamic way of profit-based pricing is to focus on the perspective of the community and the society. Furthermore, it will give benefit and also help the others, since as a Muslims, we have been taught to always do good to everyone. Next, it also give positive impact in term of dynamic changes in the community growth and economic. The objective in profit-based pricing strategies according to Islam is that profit must be reasonable and acceptable between both parties while it in trade's nature permissible. And lastly, trade that have been made by both parties should be in a good relationship and it will be benefit to both parties in the futures. That's all from us. Thank you Sir Arman and everyone that watch our video until the end. Stay safe and see you guys again soon.